Welcome to the show. I'm Chris Obasinski, and I'm very happy to be your host for this special broadcast of the Delaware Park Replay Show. Today, we will be showcasing the Delaware Certified Thoroughbred program by highlighting the 2018 award winners and the people who made them possible. But before we do, a little bit about this great program. There are two ways for a horse to become eligible. A horse could be foaled in Delaware, but since that rarely happens, the best method is certification. For a horse to become Delaware certified, they must, as a weanling or yearling, reside at a Delaware certified farm before December 31st, and they must stay on that farm for 90 days. When that horse runs at Delaware Park, the owner of the horse and the person who paid for the certification, the certifier, become eligible for lucrative purse enhancements at Delaware Park. This program was launched in 2002 and now has over 3,000 thoroughbreds eligible. Why is this all important, you ask? Well, it contributes to horse racing economically. It makes horse racing economically prosperous in the first state, which in turn helps keep the economy in our state strong. And not only does it keep the economy strong, but it also helps the environment by preserving wide open land in Delaware with nearly 80 Delaware certified farms spread over 4,000 acres. Every year, the program recognizes the best of the best in every category, from Horse of the Year to leading certifier. And this program is dedicated to showing you the 2018 champions of the program. And we're going to start by showing you Shimmering Aspen, who was the 4-year-old filly or mare champion in 2018. She was certified by Candyland Farm and Nancy Terhorn at Candyland Farm in Middletown, Delaware. And here is Shimmering Aspen in action at Delaware Park in 2018, winning the tax-free shopping distaff. Here she goes.
And they're off. Between horses, Shimmering Aspen away well. Royalty for Life is there. Down toward the inside, Sterling Furiosa's on the move. Quickly, those three across the track. Philip Cohen's a Piker settles in nicely in fourth behind that group. Toward the inside, White Gold Chanel. With the rail, that's Hailey's Flip, and right alongside, Buffs and Love as they make their way down the back stretch. On the front end, Royalty for Life on the inside, Shimmering Aspen on the outside are doing battle. We have about 5 across the track behind that group. Philip Cohen's a Piker on the far outside. Down toward the inside, Hailey's Flipper trying to move up as they race into the turn. The favorite, Shimmering Aspen on the outside. On the inside, it's still battling there, Royalty for Life. Philip Cohen's a Piker is gaining some ground in third, followed by Hailey's Flip. Then White Gold Chanel, Buffs and Love, dropping back Sterling Furiosa and Moon Virginia. The trailers turning for him. Shimmering Aspen to catch. Leads it now by a length and a half. On the inside, Royalty for Life. Philip Cohen's a Piker is flattened out a bit. Next in line, that's Hailey's Flip. For a long to go, the favorite looking strong. Shimmering Aspen is drawing away now. It's all Shimmering Aspen down the lane. The battle is for bounce. It's going to be Shimmering Aspen to win this one. Philip Cohen's a Piker getting second, followed by Hailey's Flip and Royalty for Life.
Shimmering Aspen paid $3 that day, winning a tax-free shopping distaff. The following year, she came back and won the same race, the tax-free distaff, a second time. And after that race, she was retired from racing with a record of 9 wins from 20 starts, and she was a perfect 3 for 3 here in Stanton. Shimmering Aspen, the 2018 filly or mare certified champ. The next division we're going to highlight from 2018 was the 4-year-old champion, and that was Jesum Jim, who was certified by Harry Loso at Marlin Meadow in Middletown, Delaware. Here is Jesum Jim in action at Delaware in 2018.
We're set. And they're off. Jesum Jim, Sound Off, and My Enigma, all three vie for that early lead as Salt Air allowed to settle in the fourth. Will save all the ground into that bend. Jesum Jim leads it by a good length. Sound Off right there, well rated in second on the outside. Salt Air continues the same ground, hugging that rail around that first turn. And My Enigma is your trailer. They reached the backstretch. Opening quarter went in 24 and 3. And on the front end, it's still Jesum Jim. That one's also well rated on the front end. Sound Off right alongside. Neither one being asked for much right now as they move down the backside. Then a gap of 2.5 lengths to Salt Air and My Enigma heads apart in third and fourth. We're paired off as they make their way down the Backstretch and toward the half-mile marker, and on the front end, Jeezum Jim still going comfortably in front by a length over Sound Off. 2 lengths to Salt Air and My Enigma length further back. They cut the half in, 48-1. They make their way into the turn with Jeezum Jim on the front end by a length and a half. Make it almost 2 lengths now over Sound Off. Salt Air trying to move up on the inside and My Enigma on the outside. But they've got Jeezum Jim to catch, and he's still going comfortably on the front end. Leads it by 3. From the back, My Enigma trying to rally with Salt Air toward the inside. Sound Off now dropping out of the picture as they turn for home. Well off the rail, it's Jeezum Jim cutting the 6 and 12 and 4. Salt Air rallies toward the inside, up on the outside, My Enigma. But Jeezum Jim still has plenty left, it appears. Salt Air angles on the outside for clear sailing, followed by My Enigma. On the far outside is Jeezum Jim. Salt Air trying to cut that margin. Jeezum Jim is holding on. Jeezum Jim. Salt Air surging at the end. Jeezum Jim hangs on by half a head over Salt Air, followed by
Jeezum Jim wins a pace 3:20. The son of Fairmac Banks during his championship campaign posted a record of 5 wins, 2 seconds, and a third with earnings of $128,000 with 2 victories at Delaware Park. Jeezum Jim in 2018 ran a second time at Delaware Park, notching an allowance victory, and here is that allowance victory from September 29th at Delaware Park.
and they're off. Western Crusader between horses toward the inside, Jeezum Jim. Far outside, Super Buddy looking for a spot. Also right there, it's Stadium down toward the inside. Salt Air as they make their way to that first turn. Jeezum Jim leads it by about a length over Western Crusader. Super Buddy up there 3 wide. Salt Air takes to the rail, saving ground around the bend. Then 2.5 lengths to Stadium. 3 wide is Dat Melody, and toward the inside, Postino's Vow. As they make their way around the first turn, it's Jeezum Jim on the front end. Opening quarter in 22 and 4. Leads it by about 2.5 lengths. Western Crusader moves up on the inside, up on the outside, Super Buddy. Then a gap of 2.5 lengths to Salt Air racing in fourth. They quickly spread out a bit, followed by Dat Melody. Super Buddy on the outside, Postino's Vow on the inside, bring up the rear about 10 lengths off the lead, which is going solo for Jeezum Jim down the backstretch. Jeezum Jim by 4 lengths now. Western Crusader is Super Buddy. On the outside, Salt Air is trying to make a 3-wide move as they race into the turn, followed by Dat Melody. Half went in 45 and 2. They're flying, or at least Jeezum Jim is, as they race into the turn, trying to run them off their feet. Jeezum Jim by 5 lengths. Salt Air on the move into second now, followed by Western Crusader and Super Buddy. Dat Melody's trying to kick it in. Then comes Stadium and Postino's Vow round the bend. How much does Jeezum Jim have left? The 6 furlongs in 110 flat. Jeezum Jim trying to hold on now. Leads it by 3.5 lengths over Salt Air, who's closing a bit second. On the inside, it's Super Buddy, but Jeezum Jim round them off their feet early on. Still has something left down the lane. Salt Air is trying to close in with on the inside Super Buddy, then followed by Stadium. It's Jeezum Jim. He's dead tired, but still holding on by 2.5 lengths. On the outside, Salt Air with a fading chance. Jeezum Jim needs the wire and gets it. Jeezum Jim by length over Salt Air.
Jeezum Jim with a second allowance score 2018 wins and pace 1040. That victory was one of 4 career wins for Jeezum Jim at Delaware Park, where he also has a second and a third with earnings of over $130,000, including a third in the Delaware bred or certified first state dash stakes of 2015. Jeezum Jim, the 2018 Delaware certified older champion. The next division we're going to highlight is the 3-year-old filly division. And the 2018, the champ in that category was Buffs in Love, who raced 7 times at Delaware Park that year. Here she is, winning a 5 furlong allowance in 2018.
We're set. And they're off. Buffs in Love breaks well. Stella Nova on the far outside. Right there is Unbridled Escape with that group, and Unbridled Escape the Gray leads it by about a length. Stella Nova toward the outside. Dat Deer's Gold moves up on the inside of Lady Keswick. Buffs in Love quickly back in the 5th. Then Pretty Tricky toward the inside as they race into the turn. Then Trusty Roll moves up the favorite, beginning to advance, and Intractable is at the back. They race into the turn. Unbridled Escape on the inside. Right there on the outside, Stella Nova. Lady Keswick between them. Trusty Rolls moving up on the outside in 4th. Buffs in Love is right there in 5th as they head for home with Stella Nova leading by a length. Trusty Roll, the favorite, ranging up on the far outside. Between horses, Buffs and Love down toward the inside. Still hanging in there, Unbridled Escape and Lady Keswick. It's Buffs and Love and Stellanova on even terms. Trusty Roll has to do more. Buffs and Love begins to edge away. Buffs in Love, and on the outside, coming back, Stellanova. Buffs and Love wins it by a neck. Stellanova second.
I forgot to give you some very important information about the daughter of Buffum. She was certified by John Worsley at Marydale Farm in Middletown, Delaware. And in 2017, she broke her maiden at Delaware Park in her career debut and ran third in the Delaware Bredder Certified Small Wonder Stakes. Buffs and Love has a career record at Delaware Park of 2 wins, a second, and 5/3 with earnings of nearly $90,000. The next division we're going to highlight is the three-year-old division, excuse me. And the champion in that division in 2018 was a familiar horse, a horse with a familiar name named Nico Bree and Chi. Here's his first victory of 2018.
And they're off. Even start for them all. Toward the inside, Nico Briantige, as expected, goes right for that early lead. Up on the outside, People's Champ. Klaatu is in between them. Followed by Bannon, who looks to angle to the inside, saving ground in fourth. Then a gap of 3 lengths further back. Josie Wales has the rail. Irish Major up on the outside. And the trailer is G-Zap, the favorite. Already about 8 or 9 lengths off that leader as they make their way around the first turn. Nico Briantige will try and dictate the tempo. Leads it by a length over People's Champ. Nothing left further back to Klaatu on the outside of Bannon. They're side by side. Then a gap of 4 lengths to Josie Wales up on the outside. That is Irish Major, and still about 5 more to G-Zap as they make their way down the Delaware backstretch. Opening quarter in 24-1, sensible fractions for the leader. Nico Briantige by a length. People's Champ is stalking in second. Almost 2 to Bannon and Klaatu. Then a gap of 5 to Irish Major toward the inside. Josie Wales and G-Flat has his work cut out as they make their way around the bend. Half went in, 47-3. Nico Briantige by a length and a half over People's Champ. Klaatu racing evenly in third. Bannon racing fourth. Now, G-Zap is underway in fifth, so has about 7 lengths to make up. Irish Majors drop back, as has Josie Wales. As they turn for home, Nico Briantige opens up 4 on the field and saying, catch me if you can. They went the 6 in 1:11-4. Nico Briantige in command with a furlong to go. Leads it by 5 or 6. The battle is for the balance. On the outside, G-Zap, a late rally. Toward the inside, People's Champ. It's going to be Nico Briantige to win it by 6. G-Zap up for 6.
Nico Briantige easily winning an allowance victory here at Delaware Park in 2018. The son of Freedom Child was certified by MCA Racing at Marlin Meadow in Middletown, Delaware. In 2018, he posted a record of 2 wins, 3 seconds, and a third from 10 starts. The second win in 2018 also came at Delaware Park in his next outing, and here is that second victory.
And they're off. Nico Briantige got away a step slowly, but nobody being hustled for that lead, so he gets to recover quickly and challenges the other 2. We have a trio across the track into that first turn. General Downs to the inside. Nico Briantige well off the rail, and 3's Over Deuces will settle in the third as they make their way around the first turn. General Downs comes out on top, basically inherited that lead, has it by about a length and a quarter. Nico Briantige well in hand up on the outside racing second. 2 lengths to 3's Over Deuces as they reach the backstretch. Opening quarter, not a very taxing 25-1. And on the front end, it's General Downs being now pressured by Nico Briantige right alongside. They've got about 2.5 lengths on 3's Over Deuces, the trailer, as they make their way down the backstretch. General Downs still by about 3 parts over Nico Briantige. It's still about 2.5 lengths further back to 3's Over Deuces. They cut the half in 49-1, stepped it up just a bit that quarter as they make their way to the turn. General Downs trying to fend off Nico Briantige. Now it's about 4 or 5 lengths further back to 3's Over Deuces as they make their way into the bend. Nico Briantige now set down for the drive. On the inside, General Downs. It's still about 4.5 lengths further back to 3's Over Deuces, who's trying to commence a rally now as they make their way around the turn. Nico Briantige now to the front by a half. General Downs trying to battle back, followed by 3's Over Deuces, who's joining the fray as they turn for home. The 6 in 12-3, and it's Nico Briantige in front by a length. On the inside, General Downs trying to battle back. 3's Over Deuces is making a late rally, but Nico Briantige, despite that stumble at the start, still has plenty left down the lane. Will win it by about 2. On the inside, General Downs getting second. 3's Over Deuces third.
Nico Briantige winning his second race of 2018 at Delaware Park. He closed the 2018 campaign with the fifth place finish against older horses in the Delaware Bred or Certified Newcastle Stakes. At Delaware Park, he has a career record of 3 wins, 2/3 from 6 starts. The next division we're going to highlight is the 2-year-old filly division. And the champion in this division was Start the Show. The daughter of Oxbow was certified by Blackstone Street Racing at Marydell Farm in Middletown, Delaware. Here she is getting the job done in her very first career start.
And the 2-year-old fillies are off. Peace Corps, the favorite, got away a step slowly. Toward the outside, Start the Show. Redneck Lady, those two vie for that lead down the backstretch. She'll Do racing in third, followed by Flatamio. And then Peace Corps begins to move up toward the inside after that tardy beginning. On the outside, it's Start the Show, showing the way as they race into the turn with She'll Do racing in second. Redneck Lady has the rail, then 2 lengths to Peace Corps, who's advanced steadily in fourth, and Flatamio is at the back. Only about 4 lengths separates this field. Start the Show on the outside, She'll Do, 2 lengths to Redneck Lady. Peace Corps trying to advance on the outside, and the trailer, Flatamio, as they turn for a home. Start the Show on the inside, She'll Do on the outside. 2 of the first-time starters are running 1-2 down the lane, and Peace Corps has a lot of work to make up down the stretch. It's a furlong away, and Start the Show and She'll Do continue to battle, and Start the Show begins to edge away. She'll Do is gamely hanging in there, but Start the Show wins her debut by 2. She'll Do getting second. Peace Corps.
That's Start the Show with a nice maiden victory here at Delaware Park. We'll see Start the Show a little bit later on in the program. She's a California bred, and yes, I said California bred, as Delaware certifieds come from all over North America. She kind of reminds me of my kids, who are Pennsylvania breds, but who were born in Crozier Hospital, but are Delaware certified. The next division we're going to highlight is the 2-year-old division, and the champion in that division was Caladan. Caladan was certified by Philip DeCosmo at Alpha Omega Farm in Townsend, Delaware. Here is the son of Itrides, notching his first victory in his second career start.
And they're off. Looked like Yowza stayed in the gate there for a couple of steps there, giving the field about 4 or 5 lengths at the start. And the first time Ortega breaks well. Bico's Disco Pants toward the inside, right with that one as they race into the turn. Followed by Caladan racing third, and Yowza will settle in the fourth as they make the way around the first turn. Then they're spread out. Bico's Disco Pants leads it by 3. Ortega under a nice hold in second, it appears. A length and a further back to Caladan. Then 3 more to Yowza. Opening quarter went in 25 flat as they make their way down the backstretch. Bico's Disco Pants leads the field by about still 3 lengths over Ortega. And up on the outside, Caladan is right there in third. Then it's still a gap of 4 lengths to Yowza as they make their way down the backstretch. Bico's Disco Pants still in front by about 3. Ortega racing second with Caladan still right there alongside in third. Still about 4 to Yowza as they cut the half in 50-1. They've got under a half mile to go. Bico's Disco Pants. Now Ortega and Caladan both closing in. Yowza has about 9 or 10 lengths to make up there at the back. 3/8 to go. Disco Pants still on the front end. Bico's Disco Pants up on the outside. Here comes Caladan, the challenge. Followed by Ortega and Yowza trying to mount a rally from the back as they turn for home. On the front end, Bico's Disco Pants. Caladan challenging on the inside, dropping back a bit. Ortega angle of the outside, and Yowza, a furlong to go. And on the outside, it's Caladan. On the inside, it's Bico's Disco Pants, and Caladan begins to draw away. Caladan will win it by about 3. Bico's Disco Pants getting second.
Caladan with Jeremy Rose breaking his maiden in 2018. His 2018 record ended up being 3 wins, a second and a third from 5 starts. And those 3 wins were all at Delaware Park. And his second victory of his career in at Delaware Park was in a mile and allowance race. Here is Caladan notching that victory.
And they're off. Ready to tap it toward the inside, away well. Thatwouldbegrand may have got a bit squeezed there at the start and gets away last. At the back of the field is your odds-on favorite. Ready to tap it, leads it by about a neck. Harbaway right there in second, down to the inside. Caladan racing third, saving some ground. Up on the outside, Champagne on Me, followed by Cryptocurrency, and Thatwouldbegrand is at the back as they make their way around the first turn. Ready to tap it, trying to throw the brakes down as the jockey there to slow things down on the front end. Ready to tap it, leads it by a length. Harbaway racing second. On the inside is Caladan. Thatwouldbegrand rushing up on the outside of horses into that fourth spot, followed by Champagne on Me, and now Cryptocurrency is your trailer. Opening quarter 25-2. You can see that slow tempo around that first turn. On the front end, ready to tap it by 3 parts over Harbaway. Thatwouldbegrand is edged closer up on the outside. Caladan has the rail. Champagne on Me is next in line. The first 5 only separated by 3 lengths, and it's the same margin back to the trailer. Cryptocurrency half in 50-2. They've been cantering down the backstretch. On the front end, ready to tap it. Harbaway still stalking. On the inside, Caladan. Thatwouldbegrand is a close-up fourth, as is Champagne on Me, and Cryptocurrency is the trailer. Still with a shot, though. Only 6 lengths from front to back with 3/8 to go. Ready to tap it continues on the front end by 1.5 lengths. Harbaway, Thatwouldbegrand trying to mount a rally on the extreme outside, saving all the ground. How about Caladan on the inside as they hit from, and Caladan spurts to the front. Thatwouldbegrand has his work cut out on the outside. Splitting horses, Champagne on Me, followed by Harbaway. It is Caladan. Here comes Champagne on Me to challenge Caladan on the inside. Champagne on Me, Thatwouldbegrand a late rally on the outside. It is going to be Caladan to spring the upset. Tight for second with Champagne on Me.
Caladan with Jeremy Rose paying $16 for his second victory at Delaware Park. All told in his career, Caladan raced 6 times at Delaware Park, with 4 of his 7 career wins being here at Stanton. And the last time I checked, an interesting note on Caladan, he was racing a Camarero in Puerto Rico. Okay, the next division is the big one. It's the 2018 Delaware Certified Horse of the Year, and that was Start the Show. The daughter of Oxbow was certified by Blackstone Street Racing at Marydale Farm, and here is Start the Show in action, winning the 2018 Small Wonder Stakes. The Delaware Certified Horse of the Year 2018, Start the Show.
And they're off. To the outside, Rolling Bobby away well. Estorina's there between horses. Quickly down toward the inside, rushing up, that is Cat Lack. Clever Sarah also right there. Little Cat G is among them. Estorina leads him down the backstretch by about a length. Clever Sarah, Knockout Kid, Rolling Bobby start to show up on the outside. They're across the track. Down at the inside, that's Cat Lack also right there with Little Cat G next in line. Up on the outside, it is Ruby Punch circling up as they make their way into the turn. Rolling Bobby and Start the Show are going at it. 2 lengths further back to Estorina, now back in the third. Knockout Kid next in line. Followed by down toward the inside is Clever Sarah, followed by Little Cat G. Up on the outside, Ruby Punch. Blameitonthekiss between horses as they turn for home. Start the Show on the outside. Rolling Bobby trying to battle back on the inside. Those two have about 5 lengths on the rest of them. Blameitonthekiss trying to rally into third, followed by Knockout Kid and Estorina. But Start the Show is edging away. Start the Show will prevail in the Small Wonder. Start the Show by about 3.5. Rolling Bobby is second best, followed by a late rally from Blameitonthekiss getting up for third. Clever Sarah fourth.
Start the Show, winning the Small Wonder with Carol Sedania aboard, paying $380, $260, and $240. In that race, she posted a 4.5 length win against a very tough group of Delaware certifieds. All told, she had 3 starts at Delaware Park with 2 wins, and her only defeat was in the White Clay Stakes. The next category we're going to recognize is the Delaware Certified Certifier of the Year, who was Blackstone Street Racing, who in addition to Start the Show, also had 2 other winners at Delaware Park in 2018. Here's the first winner who won in his debut, Brother Tez, in a maiden claiming race. Here he goes.
And they're off. Racehorse in a red breaks well, goes right to the front quickly, opens up 2 lengths. Up on the outside, press the music button, now going after that one up on the outside to challenge. Now they're on even terms as they race past the half-mile marker. Then a gap of 3 to Brother Tez. 3 more lengths further back to Destructive Flow. Top Hat Warrior. Astropop Kid is the trailer as they make their way to the turn. Press the music button on the outside. Racehorse in a red on the inside. It's still about 2.5 to Brother Tez, who's trying to gain in third. 5 lengths further back to Top Hat Warrior, Destructive Flow, and Astropop Kid. 3 with a shot right now with a quarter to go. Racehorse in the red now pulling away just a bit from Press the Music button. Up on the outside, Brother Tez trying to kick it in. Down toward the inside, Astro Pop Kid is rallying strongly with the rail. Also between horses, it's Destructive Flow. Racehorse in the red now trying to hold on. Up on the outside, Brother Tez. Between horses, here comes Destructive Flow. Destructive Flow between horses. Up on the outside, Brother Tez. It's going to be Brother Tez and Destructive Flow in a tight one.
That's Brother Tez getting up to win the maiden claiming event for Blackstone Street Racing, who's owned by Michael Azer. Blackstone Street Racing that year had one other Delaware certified winner, and that horse was 3 the Hard Way, who broke his maiden in his 3rd career start in a straight maiden. The son of Cal Nation has a Delaware Park record of 2 wins, 2 seconds, and a 3rd from 6 starts. Here is 3 the Hard Way, getting the job done in a Delaware Park maiden on October 11th, 2018.
And they're off. Pretty good start for them all. Jabbar breaks well toward the inside. 3 the Hard Way is there, and Savage Music, those 3 across the track. Steps to Glory up on the outside, racing in 4th, and the trailer's Too Many Shoes speeding into the turn. 3 the Hard Way and Savage Music going at it head to head in a spirited duel. They've got 3.5 lengths on Jabbar racing in 3rd, followed by Steps to Glory and the trailer's Too Many Shoes. Opening quarter should be fast. It is 21-4. 3 the Hard Way on the inside. Savage Music on the outside are matching strides. 4 lengths to Jabbar, trying to kick it in gear now in 3rd. Then a gap of 7 lengths further back to the first-timers, Steps to Glory and Too Many Shoes. 3 the Hard Way, still challenged by Savage Music as they head for a home. On the outside, Jabbar is trying to rally in 3rd. It's 3 the Hard Way digging on the inside. Savage Music tiring. Jabbar trying to rally on the outside. 3 the Hard Way fought off the challenge of Savage Music and has something left down the lane. 3 the Hard Way is drawing away. Jabbar rallies into that 2nd spot, but it's not enough for the winner. It's going to be 3 the Hard Way to win it. Jabbar 2nd best, followed by Savage Music 3rd.
3 the Hard Way breaking his maiden for Blackstone Street Racing in 2018. A note about Blackstone Street Racing and those 4 victories that occurred at Delaware Park in 2018. All 3 horses and all 4 victories were trained by Michael Catalano. Michael Catalano Jr. was the trainer for Blackstone Street Racing in 2018, and all of those victories came with him as the trainer. Okay, now let's recap the Delaware certified winners from 2018. The leading horse, as we saw, was the 2-year-old filly Start the Show. The leading male in 2018 was Caladan. The 3-year-old male was Nico Bree and T. The 3-year-old female was Buffs and Love. The 4-year-old male was Jeezum Jim. And the 4-year-old female was Shimmering Aspen. The leading certifier in 2018 was Blackstone Street Racing and Michael Azer. Okay, that does it for the broadcast. I hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll be back next week with the 2019 award winners.